So the next part of the project was moving the cars around in the side yard because both of them don't run. My cousin came over and he helped me push them and move the steering with the yellow one because the steering shaft's been cut. So that was like a 80-point turnaround. But I got the fender loose, started to take off the fender bolts here and disconnect the antenna so I could get this fender out of the way. This fender's pretty trashed. And then I wanted to come in here and get the CCRM out of the way. Basically, I need to get everything off the front of this car, all the wiring harnesses and everything, so I can cut the front of the fenders off. And you know, there's a lot involved here too, such as the sway bar down below. You've got the lower sway bar that's connected to the subframe or unibody rails, and so I had to get in there and disconnect the end links and get that all done. And I've done this a few times. I was able to take the sway bar off on the Bullet for drag racing. It helped weight transfer better, so I knew what tools I needed and everything. I just got under there and started doing it. So next, the front of the car was ready to get cut off so we can clear out the rest of this and see what we're working with. From the strut towers back, it looks pretty straight, so I'm happy about that. But decided to go ahead and get the Sawzall out and just start cutting now that I've removed all the harnesses and the CCRM, and I had to move some of the brake lines out of the way and pull them out of the way. They're kind of bent anyway, and they seem to be okay. I'll just bend them back when I'm ready, but I just wanted to cut this part of the car off. Now I'm cutting before where I need to cut just to get this junk out of the way, so this doesn't have to be a precise, clean cut. It doesn't have to be anything serious. This is just to get most of this shrapnel out of the way. Came in with a grinder as well to get into the parts that I couldn't get with the Sawzall, and so this is a reminder of being safe and wearing your safety goggles. Let's remember what my friend has to say.
All that stuff goes right for your eyes. So get some of these. I paid $1 for these.
Man, he cracks me up, but he's right. So I got the front of the car off. Here's the unibody rail there. And so now with that out of the way and only the rear mounting areas for the fenders, you can now put the fenders on the car and close the hood, and everything is now straight compared to how it was, because that other twisted metal was keeping the hood from, you know, shutting right, and the bent up fender was twisted all crazy and not letting the door open like it should. But now it's all clear. So here in the desert, I watched this cool storm come through. We've had a lot of cool thunderstorms in the evenings come through, and I enjoy that. So it's kind of this eerie in the desert with a wrecked Mustang kind of feeling. So it reminds me of the story of the Shelby GT500, an old 67 that was found out in Death Valley. It had been parked down some dirt road in Death Valley and abandoned for like 30 years, and nobody ever knew about it. So I think about the desert and Mustangs like that sometimes. So anyway, here's a couple pictures of what the car looks like now with the front of it cut off. It looks really bad. I mean, this looks terrible, but it's all coming together. This is the next step to the project. And so this looks like quite a mess if you haven't seen this yet. If you were to just walk up and see this, you'd think, holy cow, what have I done to this car? But it's not what I did to the car, it's what the previous owner did to it. But anyway, yeah, looks like a mess, but I know where everything goes. I know where everything needs to be. I'm removing harnesses and pulling things aside and fabricating a little bit. And so this is just a fun project. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next episode and for more Mustang content.